theorem. How does Odysee work? It's like a container of torrent files that anyone watching is also seeding, because I've never noticed an upload traffic when I watch Odysee videos. Also, how much is it centralized and how reliant are we on the company behind it? Thanks. Yeah, I thought they were talking about PeerTube for a sec, but you can probably
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
that'd
this.
be a completely different story.
Right.
The the answer, as far as I can tell about Odyssey, is that it's almost completely centralized on Odyssey. It's built on a blockchain protocol called LBRY library, which might have some decentralized aspects if you download the library client on your device itself. But like if you're just using Odyssey, it's pretty much it's virtually no different from any centralized service, to be honest, in
Right.
terms of like everything they can control. And there's no peer-to-peer aspect whatsoever. So there's not like you wouldn't see upload like you might on PeerTube, for example. So that makes sense. I would say, as far as I can tell, like the hosting and everything is completely run on Odyssey's end. So like that service is completely reliant um, on Odyssey existing. I don't think uh, there's no really like decentralized backing to those videos as far as I know.
Right.
Maybe you can add more.
It reminds me of Blue Sky right now, which is it does a good job of like trying to advertise and brand itself as something that's decentralized and unable to be taken down. But
Yeah.
in actuality, and like when we actually get down to it, it's still pretty much a centralized service that hasn't actually been designed in a way to properly be decentralized. It's not like PeerTube where you can't take down PeerTube, and it's not even like anyone can host their own PeerTube instance. I'm sure there's a way to do it on Odysee, but it's just not realistically how anyone interacts with Odysee.
Yeah, the Blue Sky comparison is interesting. Odyssey kind of took the opposite approach of Blue Sky here, where like they were built on a decentralized platform, um, and now like over time they've pretty much shifted to um, becoming a centralized platform that's just Odyssey, and they're getting rid of library as much as possible, as far as I can tell. I think that's probably related to the like SEC. I don't know if it was a lawsuit or a ruling against Odyssey, but something has limited like that particular coin from operating in the United States at all. And so I think at a certain point, Odyssey split off to become its own company from LBRY, so it's already legally separate. And I think that they're probably trying to ditch um, LBRY as much as possible, as far as I can tell. So
Right.
um,
Which
it
makes
doesn't seem like
sense.
they have a decentralized vision like Blue Sky does.
Right. And also, this ties in, it makes sense because Odysee recently rolled out kind of like Patreon, but within Odysee. And as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong here, but it's like it goes through your bank account.
Yeah,
Because originally I was
yeah,
like, okay, I don't want to receive more LBRY tokens that I literally can do nothing with. They're like, oh, you can send them to these two US crypto exchanges that are like super sketchy and are run by these really sketchy companies. I'm not going to give my information to these companies. So I'm just stuck with LBRY tokens. The Linux experiment, people, I don't know if people saw this, but the Linux experiment ditched Odysee. Good for him. I'm glad he did it. He did what he thought is right. It's his channel. He can do whatever he wants with it. And
hmm
when he left, he donated all his LBRY tokens to us on Techlore because
Oh,
he's
did
like,
he?
I don't know what the hell to do with this. Yeah, so we have all his tokens, and now we're stuck with this crap. So if we ever get rid of Odysee, we're probably just gonna have to donate it to someone else because who the hell is gonna be able to do anything with these tokens?
Yeah, and they're really like, I was messing with Odyssey like a month ago, and as far as I can tell, like tokens, I'm not even sure they have an actual impact on like community rankings anymore, as far as I can tell. And I think they're really, with like the Patreon type bank account thing that you mentioned, I think they're really trying to ditch library as much as possible. That's kind of the reason why I think that they're moving away from that. So um, yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't seem like there's a decentralized future there. I think they're just gonna end up being another video platform.
yeah, interesting theory. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.